This is the counting valleys problem on HackerRank. Looks like on warm-up challenge. I think it's the second problem. An avid hiker keeps meticulous records of their hikes. During the last hike, that took exactly steps. For every step, it was noted that it was an uphill or a downhill step. Hikes always start and end at sea level, and each step up or down represents a 1 unit change in altitude. We define the following terms. A mountain is a sequence of consecutive steps above sea level, starting with a step up from sea level and ending with a step down to sea level. A valley is a sequence of consecutive steps below sea level, starting with a step down from sea level and ending with a step up to sea level. Okay, given the sequence of up and down steps during a hike, find and print the number of valleys walked through. So down, down, up is a valley 2 units deep. Makes sense? Let's see. If I know it always has to end at sea level, I'm wondering if I can just take the amount of either D's or U's to start off with, like the amount of consecutive steps, and then go whenever that hits U, just follow that down, that same amount, the exact same amount. And if we're done, we're done. If not, just do that again. I wonder if I could do that. Counting valleys function in the editor. We have steps and we have path. Number of steps and the path itself. Integer, the number of valleys traversed. Only the valleys. So only the downs. Okay. Oh no, so you have to match them. Ah, okay. So it's like almost like a matching parentheses problem, isn't it? I think. I think it's a more or less a matching parentheses problem. So I'm looking for the valleys. Counting valleys. Okay, so I'll probably want to feed I think this could potentially be solved by using a stack of some sorts. And when you're at 0, you could also increment. I mean, I think using a stack would probably be more elaborate. You push anytime you either go up or down, and then anytime you have the opposite, you take off until you reach 0, until you reach sea level. But you could also probably have some sort of increment where anytime you go down below sea level, since you have to end at sea level, you know that you've hit a valley. And anytime you dip below, anytime you go from pretty much 1 to -1, you're guaranteed a valley, and therefore, you can just increment. Yeah, that would be an easy way to do it. Just keep track of elevation more or less. So we'll let elevation equal 0 since we start at sea level. Um, Goodness, that took me a while. Okay. So for each step, if step is u, if we're going up, elevation plus equals 1, else, that means we're going down, elevation minus equals 1. So that'll give us the elevation change. Oh, 1 second, I have to pause my recording. Alright, where was I? Okay, so I need to keep track of the beginning elevation. Oops. Which is the elevation. Then I need to, if beginning elevation is equal to 0, and elevation is now less than 0, then I have a valleys plus equal 1. I keep trying to save this. Okay, so if the beginning elevation was 0, so if we started at sea level and then we dropped below sea level, that means we're in a valley, and I think we're good with that. Yeah, I think that might actually do it. And then we need to return values. I keep trying to save it. See how that one did. Path.for each. Oh, what is path? Oh, is it this? Oh, it's just a string. Ah, okay. Well, I can work around this. I think, let's see. There should be a way to take a string and turn it into an array. Or I can just do a for loop. For let I equals 0, I less than steps, I plus equals 1. If I do that, and then this step is going to be path I. I think that would work. Okay, looks like I need to debug a little bit. So I didn't find any. So I went up, down, that put me at 0. And I went down again, that would put me negative. So it should have gotten triggered there. Let's look at the elevation. And the elevation should show us what's happening. Debug output is just 1. What? Maybe I have this wrong. Is that what it's supposed to? Is that a stop condition? Maybe that's the stop condition for a for loop. No, definitely not. Oh, what? That's not right. Well, that's probably why. I was returning in the for loop. I wasn't returning in the... Okay, so that did work. Well, that was my fault for not looking at what I was actually doing. Okay, that gives us the correct outputs. Cool. Here we go. I earned my first star. Thank you. 15 points. Alright. Well, there's coding and debugging and finishing the Counting Valleys challenge on HackerRank. Thanks.